Hey y'all, welcome to Girl Meets Screen. My name's Norma, your host of whatever. Episode 7. Summer I Turned Pretty. Season 3. Oh my god, the closer we get to the end, it's bittersweet. It is so bittersweet. Like, I can't wait for Connie and Belly, but okay, I'm not gonna lie. This episode truly has me struggling and spiraling, okay? I am Team Connie till the end. Like, she has to end up with him. However, this episode really brought to the forefront the collateral damage that will come of this. Like, just, like, I feel like everyone and how kind of everyone's feeling, not about it, but like how it will affect everyone involved. Like, it just, I couldn't ignore it. We start the episode with Belly narrating and just kind of talking about how, like, you know, everything that's happened, the feelings that have occurred, it's all, you know, stress of the wedding and Jer not being around and trying to convince herself that the feelings that are resurfacing for Connie aren't real feelings. We get Denise and Steven, flirty, banter, very cute. He's trying to see if she wants to ride together to Cousins. She's, you know, having fun with the whole, like, secret thing that they're doing of the business and his game, and very cute. Like, they make sense. And this episode is just stressing me out on all fronts. That's what I'm gonna say. We do get a cute Connie and Jer moment when Jer gets to the beach house and Connie runs out. He's like, come on, man, like, I have a whole thing planned. You know, he's trying to be happy for his brother, trying to be there for his brother. And it made me realize that, like, I will never understand Jer dropping his brother the way he did, like, for Belly, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like, sure, you might have been at odds when she was, like, choosing. And while I understand there's insecurities there and that's why people are acting the way they're acting. However, like, once again, it all comes back to, like, immaturity and just, like, a, hey, you're not ready for marriage for me with Jer. Because with things like that, you know, where it's, like, once again, it's this immaturity because it's, like, at the end of the day, if you're going to marry this girl, like, what sense does it make to continue this animosity with your brother or continue this, like, insecurity and jealousy? Like, if you were a little more mature, a little more, like, I don't know, like, emotionally healthy, you would understand that it's like, okay, I have all these feelings, but this is my brother. Like, I have to figure out how to be okay with him because it's my brother. You know what I mean? Like, the choice to be, like, standoffish or when you get a little drunk comments come out, like, it's like, I don't know. Seeing them interact, it was like, why wouldn't you want that for life versus, like, yes, Belly is Belly. We love Belly. But her aside, like, to drop your brother for a woman is insane. Even if it is a woman your mom loved or a woman that's been in your life. Like, it just, I don't know. Anyways, those were my thoughts this episode, watching them interact as brothers, where I'm just like, why would, like, it's your brother, right? Like, that trumps everything. It's like, everyone needs to be comfortable with each other if this is gonna work, right? Like, why would you want to cut off your brother? And I go back to, like, your brother had her first. You wanted your brother first. Like, you mad at him because you decided to like his girl. And here go Adam, just ready to piss everybody off, walking into the inn with Miss Kaylee. Is that her name? I'm not sure. With Miss Kaylee. Laurel is like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, cousins? He brought her to cousins? And he very much did, Laurel. And then he makes a comment. You know, she's like, yeah, thanks for, you know, helping them with the wedding. Someone had to. Listen, bitch. You weren't on board either. Connie convinced you. So for you to look at her as if you've been on some elevated plane the entire time, like, boy, please, child, please. He's so embarrassing. Kaylee, what do you see in that man, girl? Grow. You know what? She seems a lot younger than him, so that might be part of the core of the issue. But yeah, he's like, somebody had to. And she just is like, brushes it off. And then Kaylee is like, can I have your number? I have some mother of the bride questions. Ew, Kaylee, no, you cannot. Gross, girl, no. What you should have, like, hey, can I pull you aside? Got a couple questions. Just, damn. Like, and you don't want to blame her, but at the same time, they did have an affair. So it's like, I'm looking at you sideways, baby. Even if the wife is dead now. Like, what are you doing? It's bachelor and bachelorette parties time. Everyone is at the beach house. All the little college kids, all the youngins are all at the beach house. Jer has Blake, who I guess is an ex, Redbird, some other guy who I can't remember who it is, and Connie there with him. Belly has Annika and Taylor. And so they're all hanging out at the beach house, having a good time. We get a little moment where Redbird is like, I found some vases or something. I don't know. I guess he was going to use it in beer pong somehow. And Connie goes to stop him, and then he's like, never mind. And then him and Belly are in the kitchen, and they hear a break. And he's like, the hurricane vases, which was the vases she was choosing for the beach house wedding. Ugh, you know, like it's too much. It's too much. Like it's just blatantly obvious that these two should be together. Steven shows up with Denise, and then him and Taylor are talking, and he's like, oh, Hurricane Taylor. And she's like, no, like, I'm your wing woman, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like, so she's his wing woman now. I mean, I guess. More on that later. Taylor tells Steven to let the girls know they have to rehearse for the reception dance. And so then, of course, we get the girls practicing a dance and the guys practicing a dance. Cringe all around. Honestly, cringe all around. I think they saw how much we enjoyed the debutante little dance for the guys, and so they thought they'd include something like that in here. The guys one was cute. The girls ones I cringed a little bit more. Both were cringy. I get it, whatever. But the guys one, I was okay with it. Only because they were like dancing around Denise, and it was just funny. She was like, so many panties dropped, which is, we love Denise. How can you not? Jer and Connie are talking, and Jer informs Connie that Adam offered him a full-time position starting in the fall. So he would just do online classes for his remaining year. And once again, these two do not belong together. Like, let's be real. Okay, he has not had time for Belly as an intern. So it will be that, or maybe even worse, when they're married and he's working for his dad. Because, like, realistically, yeah, he was an intern, and so he didn't need to go as hard as he did. Like, while yes, you're trying to prove something to your dad, but you're also about to be a married man, and your spouse trumps trying to prove to my daddy that I'm a big boy. You know, that's just me though. More on these two not belonging together. They're getting ready for that night for like the bachelor and bachelorette party, and Jared comes into her room, they make out, they do the do, and then she's like, oh yeah, we should like meet up after the parties, like just the two of us. And he's like, yeah, where? And then, you know, they're both like doing this, kind of like read each other's minds, and he's like, the pool, the beach. Like, sir, you can't be this dumb. Like, you cannot be this dense. The beach was the only answer. The beach. Like, he's stressing me out. Jared Clean stressing me out. You know, like, it's just embarrassing at this point how much you don't know this woman that you are about to marry and claim to love. John and Laurel are back at it again. She's talking about how annoyed she is by Kaylee's text, and basically John is like, it's not the text, and it's not that they're together, it's that Suzanne, or that she's here, it's that Susanna's not here, right? Because she mentions, like, you know, Cousins was Susanna's place, it feels wrong to bring her here. And yeah, he's basically just like, it's that she's not here. And then yeah, she's like, oh, what's up? And he's like, I know that we should do this, that shame spiral afterwards that you had, because I was fine, that you had. But they're making out. And those two are going to be together by the end of the season. It just makes sense. It just is what has to happen. Jenny, don't disappoint me. Jenny, don't let me down. We're at the Bachelorette. We're going from one location to the next. Belly thanks Taylor for getting her mom to go. Taylor's like, oh, I tried. My mom tried. Like, there was, but hey, she got there, right? And this is when Belly realizes that it had to have been Connie. She starts having flashbacks of the times that he was there for her. As she was saying, like, she didn't even have to, she didn't even have to think. He would just be there when she needed him, or when she, needed saving. We get the classic glass unicorn flashback. If you don't know, if you haven't read the books, haven't seen the episode, it's a flashback of them at the mall. They left all the kids, but left Connie in charge and said, hey, they need to stick together. Belly's like, please, no. Like, I think they were going to the arcade. she was like, I'm just gonna go here, like to the glass blowing place. I'll meet you guys. And he was like, okay, in an hour, we're gonna meet like right here, whatever. And she went to the glass blowing place, but you know, she's playing with the little figurines, lost track of time. When she, in the book, she like goes to the meeting location and can't find them. And so then she's like wandering around. In the flashback, they keep it kind of short and sweet where she like runs out of the store and runs into Connie. Like she's like running and sees Connie. And he's kind of like, where were you? We're supposed to be here an hour ago, whatever. And she starts crying. He's like, it's okay, it's okay. And then in both, she says how he bought her one of the glass unicorns that birthday. He just gets her. He just gets her. Even as little itty bitty children. Anyways. Yeah, it was a really sweet flashback. I liked it a lot better in the book. A lot better in the book. A little bit more descriptive. A little bit more of, I don't know, urgency, you know, like looking for each other or whatever. But it was still cute. It was still cute. It still had the impact it needed to have. And so then they run into the boys. And she's like, hey, Connie, can I talk to you for a second? He's like, yeah. She's like, did you talk to my mom? He's like, you have to be more specific. Talk to her all the time. She's like, did you convince her to come to my bridal shower? And he's like, yeah, maybe. Okay. And so now she is spiraling, honey. She is at her bachelorette. They go to the next location, a tiki bar. She's getting her dance on. And then suddenly, she's That's So Raven. She's That's So Raven. She's having visions, but of the past, not the future. And she's literally standing there just like losing it to just like all these flashback memories with Connie. Taylor sees her. She's like, you good? She's like, oh, I need air. And then they decide to go back to the house. We're with the boys at their bachelor party. They're at the club. And Jerry's feeling himself. He's drunk. And he turns to Connie and he's like, hey, like, thank you, man. Like, you know, you've always taken care of me. And he's like, yeah, I'm your brother. He's like, no. Let me finish. He's like, you've always taken care of me, but you know, like, you don't have to worry anymore. Like, me and Belly are going to take care of each other. Yeah, she's my family now. You get that, right? Ew, Jerry! Ew. Why would you do? No, but for real, I'm losing it. I'm spiraling. Y'all see this? In real time, we're spiraling together. Are you good? And this is what I was talking about when I talked about the first scene with him and Connie. This is your brother, your blood, like from birth. And you guys were tight because listen, like, we're not always close with our siblings, right? We don't always have that like tight relationship. They freaking did. What are you doing? What's happening? Like, are you okay? But you know, genuinely, what I think it is, him and Belly are both like fighting to convince themselves that they are supposed to happen, but they know they're not. Like, they always have, I feel like, but like at this point, obviously with them about to be married, it's like they're both spiraling to be like, no, it's us. Like, you know that, right? God, like, no, he doesn't, because it's not. You're not. That's his family. Okay, Jared. Failed to mention, with the Bachelorette, in between, when they meet up with the guys, Denise was obviously with the guys, and Taylor's like, come with us. And then Steven's like, you can't steal people from the Bachelor, from the groom side. And she like, let her pick, and she's like, yeah, like, let's go or whatever. And so she goes to talk to Denise in the club, and yeah, she's kind of like, oh, you thought I was like one of the girls that likes to be with the guys? And she's like, no, I just always find myself surrounded by them. And yeah, so Taylor kind of realizes how cool she is. And she's like, oh, you like him? And she's like, no. She's like, you could tell me. She's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, we're very similar. I don't know that would work. And Taylor's just basically like, you're the type of girl I've always imagined him with. Like, you seem really nice. Like, you guys make sense. I just want him to be happy. You should call him. She's like, I should call him? She's like, yeah. She's like, okay. And she calls him right there. And she's like, oh, you're calling him now. And my heart melted for Taylor a little bit, but I want to say I saw the growth. Like, I hope it doesn't like backtrack in the end. I'm going to be real with you. At this point in time, I just don't want Steven and Taylor together. Like, honest, I still see it. Like, I'm still like, oh my God, my Staler, Team Staler. But it's too messy at this point. Now that Denise is involved, it's like, it would irritate me if like we're involving Denise and then they don't end up with each other. Like, it's like, then what the fuck was the point of that shit? But you know, realism or whatever. But yeah, it was very sweet. Like, you could see growth in that moment of like, oh, like, she's chill. They like each other. I can't be trying to stand in the way of that. But yeah, go Tay Tay. Don't make me eat my words, Jenny. At the bachelor party, Jer, like, spills a drink on Connie when he's, like, saying, oh, this is my favorite song. Connie comes out from cleaning himself off out of the bathroom to a conversation with the guys, where one of the guys was like, you're really, like, only gonna have been with Belly your whole life? And then Redbird is like, wait, Jer, you didn't tell them about Lacey? Like, man, you were locked in that room. Y'all wouldn't let me in. I had to sleep on the floor. All I heard was Jeremiah. Disgusting. 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 Connie is like, what the fuck? And then right there, Jer starts vomiting, like, from, you know, drinking. He runs to the bathroom. He's like, Jer, and he sees him throwing up, and he's just like, and so he leaves. He leaves. Yeah, so he's just discovered the Lacey girls storyline. Ouch. Okay, what bothered me about this scene, I will say, is that Jer is, like, laughing along with them. And once again, this is repeated because it really is what it is. It's immaturity. It's like, if you're about to marry the love of your life, like, only woman for me, you wouldn't, like, it's just not realistic to me. And obviously I'm not a guy, so I could be wrong. If you're a guy, go ahead, sound off in the comments. Would love to hear from you. It just doesn't make sense to me that, like, you're in that situation and you would still, like, allow them to, like, make jokes about that, or even, like, laugh with them, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I would look at my boy and be like, hey, that's a sore spot. Move on. That's it, right? Like, a quick, simple move on. Of course, Redbird probably wouldn't do that. But, like, it just, in my head, it's like, even just an attempt, like, that's just what feels more realistic and logical to me. Jer shows up home with the crew. Shit-faced, of course. He's about to throw up. They're gonna take him upstairs. Taylor's like, she's waiting on the beach for him, Belly, right? Because they were supposed to be at the beach. And they're like, he's fucked up, girl. He ain't going nowhere. So yeah, they take him upstairs, put him to bed. And then Taylor, her mom calls her. She's like, hey, did you make it okay? She's like, yeah, I'm here. It's beautiful. She's like, how'd it go with Steven? And she's like, Mom, like, the girl's really cool. He really likes her. She really likes him. Like, I don't want to stand in the way of that. Mom's like, no, wait. She's like, I don't want to be like you, Mom. I don't want to be, it's pathetic and it's sad. I was like, damn, Taylor. Whoa. Chill out, girl. Chill out. Yo, we don't got to do all that. My God. Ain't her mama up. Her mama said, yeah, that's fine. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Damn. Because, you know, Taylor's obviously like, Mom, I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. It's like, damn, girl, the word moment just came out. I think she was just, like, in her head thinking, and the words came out loud. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, like, thinking about the situation, and you're like, yeah, like, that's pathetic. That's it. And you're like, oh, I didn't, words said out loud that shouldn't be. Belly is on the beach looking for Jer. She looks up into the lifeguard chair, sees Connie, or thinks it's Jer, realizes it's Connie, so she's about to, like, go inside. And yeah, this is where he, like, confesses. Well, he's like, I have to tell you something. Tells her about the Lacey thing. And, you know, she's like, he feels terrible about it. We've moved on, yada, yada. Which is so insane to say out loud. But hey. And yeah, Connie basically, like, is like, just listen to me. Like, give me a few minutes. And, you know, he's like, I love you. Like, 4 years ago, this is what happened, yada, yada. And, you know, she's just like, no, like, it's too late. She's like, Jer, you would never be what he is to me. Like, when he says he loved me, he doesn't take it back because it got hard, yada, yada, yada. Or what did she say? Like, I went through way worse with you. Girl, how? Like, what do you mean? Because his mom was dying and he was a little distant and then you decided to break up with him. Are you okay? Are you okay? I don't know, Belly. I don't think we should be rewriting history, girl. But yeah, she kind of tears him up a little bit. And so then obviously they're both on the beach crying. She breaks down on the floor boo-hooing. He on the chair, I think, still boo-hooing. No, it looks like he's on like a porch or something. Anyways, this was crazy. However, a little piece that was in the book, if I'm remembering correctly. Now I'm like, I gotta go back and read this scene in the book. Because if I remember correctly, I think he was kind of like, you know, like, he was supposed to be the better option for you. Like, that's why I backed the fuck up. That's why I pretended not to love you. Because I was like, this is what she deserves. Only for him to go cheat on you? Only for him to suck? Fuck that man. He's my brother and I love him. But no. And accurate. I would love to have seen that in this scene. But, you know, I'm asking for a lot. It's not like they could put the whole book in the freaking show. I mean, they could have, you know, little 30 episodes, season 3. Just about. Denise is inviting Steven to her room. She's staying at the inn, not at the house. He says, yeah, they're about to kiss. And drunk Lucinda's there. Oh, wait. No. Backtrack. Boop, 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 boop. They're talking. She's like, no, Taylor was actually really fun. He's like, that, or like, she was really cool. She was really supportive or something. And he's like, that doesn't sound like her. She's like, no, yeah. She said she just wants you to be happy. And you could see something in his face. And I was like, damn it, Jenny. She's going to do it. She's going to do the whole, they're perfect together, but they don't end up together because of the first love. Like, ugh. I love it, but I don't know, you guys. Like, I like what's happening here, but I don't, because like I said, I'm like, at this point, I just want him to end up with Denise, because like him and Taylor have just gotten too messy. And then I can't be like, oh, Belly and Jared don't belong together because of the history and the this and the that, and then be like, but Taylor and Steven do. It's like, no, we gotta let them go too. We gotta let them go. We have to. Okay, Jenny, you listening? I know this has already been filmed, but I mean, you know, you got what, like a month to turn this around? JK, but seriously, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what the outcome is and see how we feel about it. Back to where I was at. Lucinda is at the bar drunk because they're standing at like the bottom of the hotel stairs, so they're still like out at the rest of the hotel. And he's like, I should help her, because you know, she's like, Steven, hey. And so she's like, yeah, it's fine. She's like, you're a good guy, Conklin. And she goes upstairs, and he goes to Lucinda, and she's like, she seems nice, not like Taylor, bitch. She's all drunk and sad. You know, she's like, I love her. She's my one good thing. And it's something about those moms in movies and shows, like Taylor's mom, right? Where they're a hot mess and the kid has to be the adult. But there's something about the minute they say something like that, right? Like, they were the only good thing in my life. Or like, I love them so much. That'll just melt your heart and make everything they've done go away, which is terrible. And that's obviously not like that for a kid in real life who has a mom like that. And the episode ends with Belly going inside. She opens Jared's room. He's like spreading or knocked out on the bed. And so she goes to her room where Taylor is and is like, oh, can I sleep with you? She's like, yeah. And then, you know, Taylor's like, oh, he never came out. And she's like, no. And Taylor realizes like, oh, you were out there a long time. Connie didn't come back either. Like, were you guys out there together? And she's like, I'm fine. It's fine. Can we just sleep? She's like, yeah, whatever you need. And that's how the episode ends. And I don't know, you guys, like I said, this episode really has me not struggling, right? Like, she has to end up with Connie. That's who she should end up with. Like, that's just how it should be. But I'm struggling because, yeah, I'm realizing the fallout. And I'm realizing there are other people's feelings involved in this. Blah, 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 blah. But also, I feel like Jeremiah is kind of also having the realization of, like, it's not him. And that they don't make sense. And honestly, okay, in context of this story and this world, right? Because it's not always as simple as what I'm about to say, or it's not always that that's the case. But like, in this world, it's just like, it's clear that like they aren't meant to be, because like he wouldn't have been able to sleep with Lacey, right? Like Connie, again, in this world, 4 years that Conrad hasn't been with anyone. I think in the book, him and Agnes are friends with benefits. I speak show specifically to make it make more sense. But in the show, like for 4 years, he cannot move on from her because that's how much he loves her. And so when you balance that to Jer, who within a week is able to sleep with someone twice. Like, he claims to regret it, but let's be real. He slept with her twice. Like, it wasn't once and then it was like, fuck, biggest mistake in my life. I have to go home. No, he stayed full trip, comboing it up with the guys. Like, you know, like, you see that he really is enjoying working at his dad's and not being with Belly. Because that's the thing. It's not like he's at work and he's like, damn, like, at least we're not seeing it, so we can't say that he is. But, you know, he's not at work. Like, I really wish, like, I want to be with Belly. Oh, my God, I'm about to quit. No, he's like, I have to spend more time here. Have to spend more time here. Got work to put in. Got to do with my thing. He's having fun, talking to everyone. Like, it's clear he likes that environment. That's where he wants to be. Like, it's clear he likes hanging out with his boys, going places with, like, that should make it clear to you that this is a no-go. 4 more episodes to go is crazy. I hope you enjoyed this recap. Like the video if you did. Comment down below. I'd love to know where your head's at after watching this episode. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.